being that I am a big time Lego man, it's time for a Lego Star War. It's Poe's X-Wing Fighter TM. You see that? It says TM. It's 64 pieces. This one's for the big boys out there, the 6 to 12 year olds. This one should not be eaten. Don't, if you're a child, you could suffocate, probably. What has been Denmark, Hungary, Mexico, China, and the Czech Republic? Cool. X-Wing Fighter Depot. X-Wing Fighter Depot. Let's just do this. All my ancient fans of Lego out there, you already know that I'm not a huge fan of vehicle builds in general, but let's see, this one's kind of a flying machine. It's not really a car. Instruction pamphlet is a big one with 13 steps. That's a 3 double, that's a 3 double, that's a 3 4, and that's a sub 1-3. So there's a lot of instructions. There's over 20 instructions. Probably. I didn't actually count them. So let's get in here. 64 pieces is fairly generous for a poly bag. I'm not gonna act like they did some dirty trick and like cut me out of pieces and I'm gonna starve now because there's no sustenance to this build. But it's like no minifigure is a weak inclusion. They don't typically include them though for Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars sets having a minifigure is kind of like, well, it's like going to the grocery store and nobody is walking the wrong way down the aisle. The little markers are on the floor and they say go this way for public health and safety. And I'm like, fine, I can do that. There's 2 pieces in there. I can walk the correct way for the public good. My duty as a patriot to attempt to keep everyone else safe regardless of my vulnerability and or disposition. I guess disposition isn't the exact right word, but basically, if I'm healthy and you're healthy, there's no real problem, but I don't know that they're healthy, and I guess they don't know that I'm healthy. Speaking of healthy, Poe's X-Wing is the sickest looking X-Wing that they make. And you're saying, why would you say that? It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look good either, though. They flip it upside down for 1 step and flip it right back over. The biggest complaint I have with Poe's X-Wing is like, they're like, we need to make this toy and we need it to be popular. And what better way to do that than putting a brand new color scheme on an existing thing? And like, they did a fine job of it, actually. Maybe even a good job of making it look cool. But like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know how to express it in words, I guess is the problem. But like, is it cringy, I guess, is a way I could put it. It's cringy of them to like make a new X-Wing just for fun. This isn't terribly Lego related. I guess you're probably going to get bored with it, but that's my thought on the source material. It's like, so I don't know if this is true or rumors or whatever, but supposedly Disney had to pay licensing to George Lucas for any original things that he came up with before they bought it. So they made this special color X-Wing, and they're like, we need it to sell toys and we need it to be cool and different. And then it is. I said that already. It's cool and different. But it's also maybe too different. I will say that it's coming, the set comes with a lot of good pieces. 1x1 rounds are fun. These newer style. The flat end bars are cool. Am I getting an extra one? Wowee. The antennas, I guess is what these are called. I don't know. I want to say aerial whip comes to mind when I think of these names, so it probably is aerial whip. And, geez, where does this go? Okay. I'm trying to look at the instructions, but they're like weird about a lot of things. Is that supposed to be the spot for a robot? Am I supposed to put BB-8 there? It's not in the instructions to do that, and it's not on the package either, so I guess we won't. You do have to make wings? Okay. This is kind of interesting. We did look at the instructions before, but it's telling you to make 2 of this wing, and then they go here, which is diagonal from each other, so that's kind of neat. You don't typically see that in the instructions like that. 2 of these, and they get clips on both sides. What I can tell you is I very much thought I was going to hate this before we started. Very much thought that, but I don't hate it. It's fun. Enough. This one goes here, and then this one goes on the other side bottom. It's not terribly obvious that they mean for this to be flipped around, though. Pretty sure it's meant to be flipped around. Then we do this one. It's the same basic idea. The 1x2 with clips and a tile. So for a poly bag, the build's, I'd say almost satisfying. A lot of repetition, but what do you expect in a set this size with so many identical pieces, being the wings are X-shaped and cool. Then we put these on, yeah. Doesn't give a great indication of how long these should be sticking forward, so we're going to go with about that. That one does not want to stay on. Might have a weird clip. X-wing. Fair amount of extra parts, so that's a positive. I'm looking at 50 parts there. 70 parts. Wow, I did the math good. 64 and 6 parts. Looks like 70 parts. Satisfying, good size build, considering. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I could build this into. Swooshability. Yeah, that's fair. Goes into to speed form and open the attack foils. Those are flimsy as hell. Come on. There we go. And we're in attack form. I will say that the parts are in useful colors for regular mocking things. Just orange is useful for mocking things. Black isn't unuseful for accents and stuff. It's fine colors. I do like these cone pieces the most. In that pink color, I don't think I've got any of those. I don't know where I would have gotten them if I have any. So that's an interesting one. Again, a lot of these aerial whips is what I'm going with. I did decide that. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? It's, I don't know. I'm very conflicted because I don't care for Pose X-Wing, but it looks like a good parts pack, honestly. 64 pieces again, especially if you got it on some kind of deal or clearance or something. This is a very, very robust selection of usable things. We got the 1x1 rounds in there. We got some clear pieces, are always fun. The grills and the tiles. Tiles are useful for a lot of things. If you wanted to make something, just look a little more polished. This one definitely doesn't look that bad. I would have preferred it in the original colors, I guess, is kind of my big takeaway, but I don't know, 7 out of 10. It's a Star Wars Lego from Disney. Click on this for subscribing on my video over here. And over here is something I had picked for you. Jeez, dragon, stand up.